Let's go. Second. Actually, going to link it in SPN. I don't like to spam SPN in my streams, but I figure like once or twice a week maybe. Crockett, what are you doing? Bring this up. Creamer of the scrubs. Yeah. We hit that 18, and I said, now I can relax. I was so happy. I mean, so happy. We beat QFX. We beat an 11-time Glad to get there and a 4-time Glad. They were both together, and they were healing in DPS. So it wasn't a double DPS, which they still should have won. And we beat them. We played amazing. Got 18. Just to get 18. I just happened to get the YouTube alert. Oh, good. Today is kind of quiet, so chilling. Good, Coquette. No, it was, we've been playing, I mean, it's all duelists, but multi-glad's all over the place. It's always like, it's normally like a 2-time or 3-time multi-glad, like both of them are. But that 11-time, that's rare. We played really good. I was kicking everything. It was awesome. It was a Fury Warrior and a Disc Priest. It was pretty solid. Copy link. Let me post this into SPN. Okay. If that doesn't. That's it. Pull the chat up here and then we're good. Yeah. So I got everything I wanted. Now we just chill and we're still doing arena just to keep up the practice, but I feel like, I don't know. I mean, that's just Rival 1. That's not even 2. We've never hit 2 before. That's not what I want. Okay. Here we go. Got the chat up. Looked into shuffles. You don't even get Glad for it. You get Legend, but no mount. Yeah, shuffles is not really rated, but there's still like really good players playing. It's a great place to go just to learn classes and such, because sometimes you'll get like people who aren't that good in it. And even in arena, like, I mean, look, Zerx and I was playing Holy Paladin, and he was on his Hunter just to mess around, because why not? And he didn't have any rating. I think I was like at 1560 or something, because I just mess around with him with, friends. We go up, down. I broke 16 with him, but I mean, haven't really been playing. But anyway, we were coming up against like multi-glads. He hasn't even hit 1K yet. I mean, some of the teams we're going up against, it's just insane. Because I was going to say, like, lower levels, it's not that bad. And it's not as bad, obviously. Like, I think sub, for us, sub, like, below 16 and now 1700 is doable. But then when you're in the 1700s, you're playing solid players. Like, all the time. As far as you understand, but not a fan. If the title is only for 1 season, I don't know that. The rewards are horrible. And that's one of the reasons why people don't play. They're just horrible. Okay. Let me get this going. Yeah, I mean, they just because they always have like the rewards at a certain rating, but it's harder every season to get that rating. It's the goalpost always changes, and it's not going to draw new players in because it's too hard. And like twos is the one you would, if you're stepping into arena, it's probably most likely you're going to go twos, not threes. I would think. Maybe I'm wrong. And twos, I think, is the hardest bracket right now because nobody's playing that. Then it's threes, and then it's solo shuffle, and I think then blitz. It's crazy, man. It's cray cray. I got some permanent red, but gambling because I couldn't find. I don't know anybody else who sells permanent red. So I got gambling, and so hopefully this won't fade. So I stopped using Alizarin Crimson. Yeah, this is Alizarin Crimson permanent. So not permanent red, Alizarin Crimson permanent. And I stopped using Alizarin Crimson because I think it fades over time, but I don't think permanent does. And so I'm trying permanent because obviously I want these paintings to last. Let's just do this. Have you ever tried Madder Lake? I heard old masters use it. No, I don't even know what that is. What is it? So this looks like very bright, at least on my screen, and it's actually not. Let's see if I can get a better angle. Maybe something like this. If you compare it to the white, you'll see, but even so, it's not like, there's a lot of color in this, in other words. I don't put any black or blue or anything in the lightest light, because, and I don't necessarily need to use this, but I can mix between with the brush, and I have that ability to push the values higher. Have you ever, it's more natural version of Alizarin Crimson. Okay, so does it fade? That's my thing. So I've noticed some of my paintings, they look a little bit green. And that happens when red fades. And it also happens if painting's yellow. So I've been trying to use less medium, more solid pigment, right? So I would have wanted to do some shuffles, but when I want to play at 6 to 10 a.m. on US, so only the huge pumpers on that are on that time. It's a problem, man. I know. Yeah, it's hard on the weekends. Very hard on the weekends. And actually, we got it on the weekend. We got it Saturday afternoon when the strong people were playing. Like, I mean, I got on saying, okay, we're going to get on. This is just going to be a practice session. We're going to tank our rating, but that's okay. I'm fine. And then we just kept on going up, and then we actually got knocked back down, but then we went up and we hit it. And I was just like ecstatic. And now I don't even, if I get knocked back down to 1200, I will be happy. That's how desperate I was. We're going to go into the eyes some today. Let's work on the eyes a little. I need to work to form up around here. I don't want to overdo it, but let's try to get it. Zerximo, what's up, baby? What's up, Zerx? I was laughing so hard last night about that priest. Zerx was slain. It wasn't really his fault. It was all of our faults, really, but it was funny how it went down. Oh, it was funny. There we go, just a little. Let's see both of them. He got, we could not, anyway, I won't tell details. Essentially, he got killed by somebody he shouldn't have. We won't go into the details. Okay. Madder Lake is a pigment extracted from roots of a specific plant. Because it's organic and can fade. It can fade over time. That's what happens with some of Titian's painting. That would explain some of the yellowness in them. Another example is smalt. What is that? Jeffrey, my dear boy. And Jeff, how's it going, man? I like that digital self-portrait you did. But you need the face to look more gay because it's your self-portrait. The many moods of Peter Moog. Yes. Grant Whitman, what's up, man? It feels good to reach your goals. And it does. It does. We did abandon you. Sounds like a certain mage didn't peel enough. You're right. It was funny. I was laughing so hard. Oh. It's good. Okay. I have to make a lot of this stuff up, guys. So this might... Sometimes when I work on the eyes, and if you overdo it, it looks like they've been smoking pot. And you don't want that, obviously. I don't need to tell you that. So... Oh, man. Even sweeter when you kill a multi-rank one. I was telling QFX about us beating that 11-time... multi-glad. That's what we were talking about. And I think he had like a 3 or 4 time glad partner. It was the Fury Warrior and this is too light, isn't it? Yes. It's okay, I can still go with this. Okay. We're gonna push the values a little bit too. Lights and darks. Add a little bit of color. Right in there. That should. And I can start actually bringing some light up just a little bit. You don't want to overdo this. And I'm going to start stepping back early today. All right. You know what? I'm not going to bring that up more because when I step back, it's looking pretty good. Bear Q108. What's up, man? Pothead Moody. I know. We don't want Pothead Moody. Smalt is a blue pigment used in the 17th century because it was cheaper than lapis lazuli. It was used by Rembrandt, Rubens, etc. Those blues faded over time because smalt is very unstable. Okay, so don't use smalt. It was used back in the 17th century. Okay. Yeah. You're welcome, man. It does look good. It looks very good. You just need to stick with it. I mean, you and Tagian are on the right track with what y'all are doing. I feel like I don't even really need to say that much because y'all, like, if y'all just like work, you're gonna get it. Do you want me to zoom in? Here, let me zoom into the eye since we're doing detailed work. As I always have, like, I know it's nice seeing the whole face, but let me see if I can get a little bit closer here for y'all. So this will look like a little bit strange, I guess, but here we go. You can see. I want to point out, guys, I don't think most artists would do close-ups and be working on it in real time because it never looks as good. All right, so you're going to lose the camera just for a second while I focus this. Give me 1 sec. So I just want to point that out. Let's bring it in just a little bit more. Right here. All right, so it is at an angle, but hopefully this will prevent a lot of the glare. Give me a sec. I'm going to focus it on his right eye, the one on our left. Boom, bitch. So y'all can see more of the details now. You can judge me more harshly. So that's like zoomed in, right? Unstable sounds like something Lewis could be using. It like explodes. And the building burns down. Landlord comes up. I'm like, I can explain. Give me okay. Like I canceled the call. It's a variant of Indigo. I have been watching the Trill Pump on War recently. Not gonna lie, that got me a bit pumped. I don't know what that is. There you go. What's wrong with this? There you go. We want to create form. Right? We want form. Let's darken a couple pieces there very lightly. By the way, I produced my own lead white with my friend. I got tired of doing it with horse shit and wait for 3 months. Good. This is smart because you can actually save money. You have like a breather, right? Nope. Wait for 3 months. My friend is a chemist. We use acids, lead and pearl form, and sodium. You know what? You would be good at starting your own company for pigments, especially down south where you live in huts. Can you imagine how much money you'd make? Life's all about money. Trill Bartum thinks he has this challenge to play everything to 2400 on shuffles, but plays a lot of war. It's very fast. I know when I use lead white, I will die immediately. Yeah, if you handle it right. Don't be weak. Don't be weak. Brush stroke. Don't know about this. Don't know about it. Why do I have this big brush? Don't know. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. The Hughes comment. My dear boy, Jeffrey Livingston IV, the Terra Peru. Oh, this is what I wanted to do. Oh, I oiled out with this. That's why I have it. Okay. Oh, wait. Let me do this. Come in here. Actually, no, I want this. That. Yeah, people are not interested in that. They prefer to punch women and play soccer. We make them interested. In the pigments. Lead white is only allowed to be sold in jars here, so it's like 90 euros. Yeah, the prices are up because of regulations and stuff. Yeah, use protection was good. Oh wow, yeah, good man. And it's not illegal down there, right? Let me try this. A little bit darker. This might not look good, and then I'll have to step back. just trying, like I'm trying to create the shelf like underneath, but I can't over model this. That might be too light, but you don't want it too dark. Okay, that kind of creates the effect that I want. This is hard. I don't have anything. I'll keep on looking at myself, but every time I take my glasses off, I can't see. The lighting's wrong. Don't know. With the lights. See, if I make this too light, it looks like his eyes are, like it looks like he's on drugs. Everything's zoomed in. It's illegal. It is illegal? Whatever. All right, this might be this. That's probably too bright. But I do need to push the values in the eyes just a little bit. Yeah, that is too bright from back here, so I need to bring that back down. But before I do, I'm going to actually bring the light in the eyes up some. See, this is very subtle stuff. That's obviously not in the photograph. The photograph y'all see right below me here is what I'm going off of. Can't see anything. There's no, I have to make this stuff up. And don't do what I'm doing. It's the dumbest thing ever. Really have no choice. That's too light. I might need to bring this back down. I didn't mean to put it that high. No. We're gonna try this. Now he looks like Pee Wee Herman, the glowing eyes in the dark. PvP rating 2 now, but it's all the same MOG rewards with different hues. Yeah, essentially. It's stupid. It's not like you're gonna be disappointed with what's out there. That's one of the main problems they're having, I think. Which blows my mind because I would think it's one of the easiest things to do. Just lower the rating, or like Zerx and I were talking about this the other day. You can still make like really cool rewards for it. They just make a different armor set, but they always just off color it. And they do the same thing for raids. Like the raid sets are the exact same. I messed that up. They're the same as the PvP sets. They're just different colors. It's lame. Lame. So compressing that photo looks cool, to be honest. Some people just copy mindlessly what they see. You're getting the information, giving the impression of the form, and yeah. And I'm trying to get the solid understanding. And to do that, I'm gonna probably mess it up a little bit, but I can, like I said, you always want to have an out. You can always reverse it. You need to be able to know how to correct things so that you can take the risks, because the risks are going to involve you messing things up. And you can't be afraid of messing things up. You have to be able to undo it. Control Z. We got Control Z stuff. It's mucho importante, as you Chinese say. Jeff. Anti-champion. What's up, buddy? Okay. I'm bringing this back down a little bit, and then I'm going to bring the light up some, because I lost the drawing. Okay. Now, let's go into the light, but I'm going to bring the light down some. I think. But You need to try hard 3v3, and that's full with jungle. Who would? I mean, it's yeah, it's difficult. Most people. That's the problem. Nobody's playing. It's a dead game mode right now, man. I actually worked on this yesterday. I was too tired to stream though. It was one of those days where I'd get up pain and then go sit in the chair for a second. I was just trying to keep moving. um, took it easy after reaching his rival Cream and Dreams. Beautiful Red, you are playing. Thank you, Jeffrey, my dear boy. It's not what I want. This goes well here. It's a little bit too green. So I'm gonna take some cobalt blue. Add that. Okay, that should be it right there. There you go. That's what I want. Boom. It's a little bit grayed out. That's what I want. Transition. That's it. Fine. Okay. Eye's not working. That's okay. We'll get this. What about the painting of the girl? That one I'm going to be working on. I want to get this one done. My client's been on my case about this. Hold chroma is very solid. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, I could push it more. I'm actually trying to not push it that much because sometimes I overdo it. Right? Sometimes I do overdo it, so I have to be careful with this to bring it down. Yeah, sometimes I have to, I do too much. That's a little bit too green. Let me adjust that again. Let's do this here. Let's try this. Dun, 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 dun. I'm selling pigments in Italy, and you're lucky in US. Our manufacturer has to import some pigments from US because it's illegal to make them in Europe, although it can be sold. Yeah. I know. That stuff's frustrating. I know it is. Sorry about that, man. That sucks. That is a bit too close. That sucks. I hate that. Those laws don't always make sense. I mean, people make a lot of money off them. That's why they have the laws. It's not. They always say, "Oh, safety, this safety." It's not safety. They don't care. They make a lot of money. those, what's that bullshit? It's okay. Okay. I need to loosen up some. I need to loosen up. I just need to paint. Just need to paint. I'm overthinking things. It's not working. By the way, Lati is dead now. I won. She stayed on Twitch, I think. It's frustrating because, you know, it's like not everybody makes the transition from Twitch to YouTube, and you know, same from YouTube to Twitch. How much time do you give yourself to complete a commission like this? So probably about 45 hours, 45 to 60 hours of work, at least. Think of it like 3 hours in a session and about 15 sessions, right? So that's 45 hours right there, but then I might add another 15 hours on, because normally when I would have people come in and sit, I would have them sit for 3 hours at a time, and we would average about 15 sittings. And then I would be doing work in the off, like on the side. But I've also gotten faster. So I think somewhere between, so like if I was working real life, it would take about 60 hours. You know, I do the side work and stuff, and it adds up to that, oftentimes more, depending on the complexity. This one would be a little bit easier, actually, because I've done most of it on stream. So I just look at my streams and add up the hours for it. So we're on day 11 with this. And each stream, let's say the average of the stream has been about, let's say 2.5 hours, right? Or say 3, just because I'm not good at math. So it's been about 33 hours after today, average. Just say 33, we're at 33 hours. It's not bad. Gears. Even the camping man. What's up, man? How are your biceps doing? How are you feeling? Crockett, yeah, if I want to paint in ground ivory and radium and maybe even lead, I should be able to. You should. Just put something on saying this is poisonous, be careful, and then let Darwin decide. You know? I feel so much safer knowing lead white can only be sold in jars. Makes so much sense. Just loosen up like against a hunter 50% through an aimed. I got lead white in tubes. Hey Gears, do you want to play with us next week? We lost to DJL last night. I'm not kidding. We need some of our players back. Tube seem very safer to me. Probably she just doesn't know how. No, is about to die because it's waiting for your stream. Now she's depressed. Lottie, yeah, I miss her. She's staring at Twitch. She still doesn't know. All the lights of Kanye West. Is the price determined by the hours? I have like yes and no. If I know something's going to take longer, I'll add a little bit of time on. Otherwise, I have kind of going rate for a portrait of a head, one with hands, and then one with like almost, it's like a 3/4 shot. I just have a ballpark estimate. So say for like the face, it's, you know, on average, it's like, you know, depending on the commission, between 4,000 and 5,000, and I'll bring it up or down depending on how much work I think. So I have a ballpark, and then I go from there, right? because like I said, this stuff takes time to do. Very quality, it's high quality work. It takes time to do. So, but I also want, it's like, it can take the time to do, but it needs to be of high quality value, right? Because it could take somebody a year to do, but if they suck, it's like, it's not going to be worth it, right? So, yeah, Twitch. Yeah. These are good questions, by the way, that you're asking. Lights of Kanye West. I can try. Primetime's been hard for me to log in. Only been playing with BSG like once a week lately. Gotcha. I totally understand. I totally understand. Well, we could have used you last night. Plus, I do miss playing with you because you and I are kind of the same. It's like we're on different times, or we have our stuff that we're doing. Because I've wanted to run with BSG, but it's hard for me to find the time in the evenings to do that type of stuff. So I know how it is. Crockett is the same way with people wanting to change per hour. Okay. Let's get this going again. Sorry, back. I'm actually going to bring the chroma level down just a little bit here and bring this light value out some. Chroma down, chroma down. Light, that's it. Okay. Let's go back up here. This might make it look weird. We'll see. There's normally just a little bit over here, but this is probably too bright. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to darken this some, bring that down. I can actually use this. Let me see, that's actually solid color there. I think that actually works, but the chroma might be a little bit high, the color intensity, but I can kind of just dab it in there. That gives it color, but it needs to go down in value. So let's go with the darker brush here. And then I'm going to actually just do more of an effort. I know y'all can't see this. This might be too dark. So here's the thing. This right here, what I'm doing, might not really be too necessary. And let's go over here and start adding some over here. Let's work both of them up at the same time. I might be overworking it. Like I said, it is kind of my weakness that I do tend to do that. Stepping back, that gave it some life. The drawing is not quite there. We're working wife instead of logging in. Don't you know you are so patient, dude? I don't know how you are so patient, dude. I throw the painting. I've done that before. Got it right. I love it when the tear ducts look juicy. Yeah, damn right. That's a good word for it. So, yeah, this is my point. Like, Jeff, that's why, like, I try to bring y'all through the whole process so you understand that this is hard for me and I will mess up a lot and it takes me a lot of time to do. And so y'all need to be spending time not rushing through your work, right? That's really honestly the key to a lot of this painting. So we're going in with the permanent alizarin crimson. Jeff, this is permanent alizarin crimson from Gamblin because I couldn't find any other permanent alizarin crimson. I think it's good. And I got it because of what we were talking about, you know, there we go. Now, it might look like I'm just detailing, but I'm actually really putting an effort in trying to get the drawing correct. Okay, I'm going to lighten this up, and I'm going to take this value right here, and I'm really going to try to make this turn into the eye because this is too, there we go, that's what I want. That might be too much. That might be too dark. And then let's bring it over here just a little bit. That works there. This is not working here. What's my eye look? I can't see without my glasses. It is a zoom. You are correct, QFX. I am bringing y'all into the painting right now. It's looking way different, right? But see, your eye's supposed to blend it when you step back, right? So squint down at this screen or step back. Actually, on a phone, it kind of does it for you. But you get to see the individual brush strokes. I'm trying to put the brush strokes in with their own value and color. And I'm trying to make them look good. So it's a lot of balancing. And so if I get one part of it right, I'll probably mess up another part and have to repaint it. Oh, the pigment number is, okay. PR177. PR177. I'm assuming, y'all can't see that because it's so zoomed in, but I'm assuming that's a 1. It could be an I, but I don't think it's an I. I think it's a 177. Do you mostly find new clients through public exposure or pieces online? Yeah, anytime, man. I appreciate you asking these questions. So for me, it's just local people so far. I'm not solid online. I'm not good at selling myself online. So my dad, before he got dementia, he was a doctor and he would always help, put the word out in the hospitals and stuff. And so actually one of his friends who he's older, this gentleman, the guy who commissions me all this stuff, knew my dad. Like they knew each other, and he's older than my dad, but my dad knew him from when he was in med school. And so it's just connections like that, just word of mouth locally. That's how it's been. I got one commission based off of somebody seeing my stuff online once. But it's normally just word of mouth around the town. And it's a very good question. And if I was more savvy, and if I put more time into the online exposure and really, I guess, promoting on Facebook, which I can't anymore because they prevent me from doing it because it's bullshit. Facebook, I hate Facebook. I had a business page and they basically crippled me. I didn't do anything wrong. It was an error in their system, and I'll spare you the details. Anyway, I can't advertise on my Facebook page, and that hurt me a lot because when I wasn't, and every time I start a new page, they stop it. So I don't know what's going on with that. Don't know. So I got off Facebook. I literally spent like 2 weeks once, like really embellishing a page and trying to get it up, and they kept on just putting it back down, and I wasn't breaking any rules or anything. I didn't have any nude pictures or anything on it. Like, it was crazy. So I said, okay, well, maybe I'm not meant to go that path. I'll do something else. Jeff, I think you need some more reds in the lower eyelids. Okay. Interchanging temperatures. Okay. Lower eyelids, interchanging temperatures. PR, yes, PR177. That's correct, Jeff. Sorry. I've been doing some reworks in sfumato kind of way with no visible strokes. UFS, you should post them. Good. Okay. Its real name is atraquinone red. Is a synthetic light Fastness varies between brands. Old Holland is very bad reviews about the light fastness about this pigment. So is it gonna last though? Like, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. Okay. It still can fade? This thing can fade? I got quinacridone red by Gamblin too, but I couldn't find anything else. And it's not the color that I want. Michael Harding's, they didn't have the alizarin permanent. Like, I will pay the money for it. It's still fade. You know, if it can still fade, then I just wasted my money. But whatever. Ah, it's frustrating, guys. But this is how we learn. That's too much. It might be too much red. We got to be careful with this. By the pigment number, Jeff, maybe you can help me. I need an alternative to alizarin crimson. Like, I need something that makes the shadows nice and rich. That's what I need. I should have known about Gamblin. They always disappoint. Should have known. Should have known. Known. So hard. Does magenta fade? No, magenta. I love Gamblin. Okay. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it, man. I need some help with this because it's not my thing. It's not my thing, man. I don't know how alizarin behaves because I have never used it, but I have something similar that I use. Don't know if you'd like it, but I use this pigment. Okay, he's gonna post it. Dude got the start of a very evil eyebrow, but it just stops. This one, isn't that how it is? Kind of. I mean, no, it's not. I need to change that some, and I need to not overdo this, guys. That's the thing. I cannot overdo. I overdo everything. I'll start going back to the bigger brushes in a second. Okay. These opera high fancy. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. PR 187. The name of my tube is Matter Like Permanent, but its real name is Permanent Pink Flake. It has a light fatness rating of A, meaning that it's very good. What does light fastness mean? Jeffrey, my dear boy. Can search brands in USA that use the pigment. Okay, so it's PR 187. I'll actually remember that. Actually will. Pretty good at numbers and PR 187. But just in case, because, and I turn my phone off. Play. Play. Woo. Okay. Light fastness is the rating of a color that fades. A is very good, B is middle, C is very bad. And what did gambling get? Old Holland has very bad reviews about the light fastness about the pigment. Okay. It's still fade, you didn't say, but yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's good info. Let's fix this for QFX. It's like that in the reference. Yeah, I know it is, but I need to get more form into it. It's actually not. Mine is going up too hard. Like it's kind of swooping up like Spock a little bit more than it should. It varies from brand to brand. Okay. And this cuts off at the top just a little bit. Boom! Gambling has B, so it's not that bad. Okay. But it's not good. It's not A. Okay. All right. I can go with B for now until I find something else. I'm fine with that, but stupid. This is good to know, man. It's what my education lacked, was this type of knowledge. It really is. See, that's too soft. Bring that, make that sharp again. Yeah, B is sufficient for now. It's just the alizarin is very bad in light fast. Okay, so it's like worse because it's alizarin, is what you're saying? I'll use it. Matter late, but that's what you use, isn't it? You use a different one. You use the what was it? The PB or PR? So yeah, I'm very good at 187, PR 187. So. But it took decades to fade anyway. Good thing about lead white is that it prevents this from happening. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't put lead white in the shadows. And so really that's where I need it. See, I'm trying to show brush stroke here, right? This actually comes over some there. And then we have another one here. This comes over right there. But I want to sharpen this a little bit. And then I brought it over too far, so let's bring it back over. Sharp. Because it looks better from a distance if I sharpen it some. That works. kind of. Underneath. It's better than a alizarin, so use it. I don't know. I just want all this stuff to last. That's fine. And then we're going to go a little bit darker here. And we're going to blue it out just a little bit. Should be okay. Nope. Actually, that's a very nice color, though. Let me see how it looks over here. Kind of curious to see what my paintings will look like in a few years. Do you ever paint those old, really fancy dresses? No. Should. I think that's it. That's what I want. I think. Yep. Ooh. Like that. It's good. Let's go over here and see. Y'all can see that fine. It's probably a little bit blurrier. No, it's probably still good. We want it to have brush strokes. And then this is actually light. And this is dark. No, matter is in R8. Mine is PR187. Brains put names. Okay, and you said the names. Yeah, it's not as much the names. You want to look at the numbers. Got it. That makes sense to make it more attractive. Okay. You can't trust anything in this life, can you? So I've been trying to tell everybody. All this time. This drawing up here is not correct. That, and then this. I said I would fix this like last week. Did I? Nope. Use Van Gogh in the beginning. I bet that will fade like hell. Did he say Van? He said Old Holland is bad. Old Holland. Never trust anyone, including yourself. No, I trust myself in everything. It's what's gotten me this far. There. Dun, 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 dun. Going dark, going lighter. Also use Van Gogh. Actually, they're made by synthetic pigments, so they're going to last long. Is this true? Synthetics last longer? I only trust my mom. Then come in with a little bit lighter. It's too light. But this should be here. And then darken it a little bit. And let's do this. Add a little bit of color, a little bit of orange. And then we need to bring that. Lucas has a decent alizarin, but it's not single pigmented. PB83, PBK11, some light fastness as gambling costs peanuts with high pigment loads. You feel lied to because you have been lied to. It's very good. Yeah. Where are you finding this information? It's extremely helpful. So guys, again, like, you know, whenever you show me your paintings in Discord, which is great, and this is not like me attacking, but whenever I say you need to work on your drawing, right? That's what I'm doing here. My problems are coming from my drawing. And if you notice, this thing is dipping down too much. And so I essentially went through 1, 2, and I still need to get more form on it. It's generalized. It's not working yet. It looks like I'm detailing, but I am detailing, but I'm trying to get the subtle drawings of subtle angles, which is what you learn in the basics of bar drawings, getting the larger angles. Got to learn to get the large angles first, see the large angles, break it down from there, and you'll be able to get these smaller angles. That's what I'm doing, is the fundamentals in paint. And so that's what I mean when, like, you know, I'm always talking about get the drawing, get the drawing. Jonas, what's up, man? PR83, PBK11. Screenshot it. I'm just obsessive as fuck and study till 3 a.m. because otherwise I feel like I'm going to die. Okay, now I push the dark just a little bit in this eyebrow. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to get a little bit more of, there we go, fix that. It's just subtle changes that I need to do on this right now. And again, I'm keeping in mind, I tend to overmodel. So let's not do that here. Let's not overwork the drawing. Incorrect. I'm trying to understand the form. Really understand it. This drops down just a little bit. There you go. That's it. It's looking better. This subtle stuff, this subtle things we're doing right now is what, you know, you have to do this. You have to get, and you overdo it, then you go back through and reblock in. BH, what's up, man? Drawing is incorrect in there. This is saggy. You think that's saggy? You're probably right. See that? I might need to oil it out some. Let me oil it out and then I'll be able to see it because everything seems very bright right now. Like, you're probably correct. I'm not sure I really... Let's see if this does anything. All right, so that... Does that look different to you? Does that look different? Yeah, I know it is. It's sagging in the reference photo, but... See, this painting is so sunken in. The drawing there is incorrect. Let's see if we can draw this better. And again, like I'm going in and redrawing it and you're going to risk messing it up, but that's okay because then it gives you practice in trying to get it back, trying to recorrect it, and that's how we learn to push paintings. That's the only way to get better. Yeah, just by oiling it out, you see. It's crazy, huh? This is so sunken in, this board. It is so sunken in right now. So you're supposed to be drawing his eyes, like if whatever you're drawing is supposed to be about eye level. I actually have it, his eyes are right here to me because I have to look down. I can't see it otherwise. Like your 3's rating. Most oil paintings are now synthetic. Natural pigments are way too expensive to make. Winsor & Newton do PR 187 ruby madder alizarin and PV19 permanent carmine, both rich reds. Lower eyes look great. Thanks, Planet Paint. Thanks, man. You guys are on fire today with... I'm learning more from you than you are from me, I think. Which is why I stream. It's been the best thing for me is starting to stream. Gets you out of your shell and you get this knowledge. Because I would not have figured this out on my own, man. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for looking this stuff up for me. You know, I wasn't even aware of most of this. Let's work this edge. I need to clean this up some. This is going to look weird until I get it. That's obviously, it needs to soften up some. Let's take this, add a little bit of chroma. So, Jeff, we're talking about the chroma. That's the whole thing, is that how I mix on the palette. Get how light or dark it is, and then go through with the color and push the color just a little bit. And constantly keep on going back to the palette. Like, don't keep on working it in. Right? I don't really spend all day up here like constantly painting. There we go. Goes out just a little bit. That's it. This subtle work right here, they made us spend so much time with lines at the Florence Academy. I remember it's like, especially lines like, on the side of the face, especially if it's in light. We'd have to draw it, redraw it, redraw it, redraw it, stay on it in like a ridiculous amount of time. It wasn't just like, I got it in a day. It's like you got it over the course of a month, maybe. It was ridiculous. And you had to not wear the paper out. It was hard. And that's how you learn. Is a payment? Yeah. Is the PR187. That's the one that you said you use. Yeah. So Winsor & Newton Ruby Madder Alizarin. Its real name is Permanent Pink. I wish they would just use the Permanent Pink, but now that I know the numbers, that helps. I've been using orange more lately. That shit's hella warm. Yeah, Planet Paint. Solid information. These stream so much, you have no idea. I don't have a lot of creative people in my life. They're good. It's good for me too. I don't have a lot of creative people either. Let's get some form up in here. I know I'm going back and forth between the two. That's why I lost the drawing here. So notice it's doing a combination of the large and small brushes, but I'm trying to get the same effect with both. I'm not trying to like ultra blend it in because that's, I'll lose the form. You don't want to blend it in too much. It needs to look good from the back. Like standing back. It's probably too light. Let me darken this just a little bit. I'll take this. Oh, Moody. Butt for chair, boy. I like your that car that you posted. Your grandfather's car. That toy car, that's pretty cool, man. Lighten it up some. We lighten it up and then maybe get a little bit of just a touch of green. Just a touch. That's going to be too light here, isn't it? Yeah. So let's go in. I'm going to darken this a little bit. Bring it down with a little bit more blue. Try to get definite brush strokes. There. Brushwork, brushwork. There we go. Looks a little bit strange, but that's okay. We'll fix that. So if you want to try PR187, you have a brand that produce it close to you because I use a very cheap Russian oils. Can you link me that, Jeff, if you could find it? And I'll order some. Dude's using $100 canvas for that. Can buy the War Within sub for that. Well, I'm an artist. I can afford to do this stuff. Okay? You know this. I've been very clear about this. I can afford anything. Work from the forehead. Cool it off with this. It might be. Let's see how that looks. This might be too light though. Nope. And actually, I think I like what this is doing. Squint. Flip the brush because the paint's fresh there. That's a solid brush stroke. I kind of like how it looks in the back. Kind of. Do this. Solid brush stroke there. work that transition, but I don't want to work it too much. It's all right. So I can take this, darken it a little bit of cobalt blue, a little bit. And this will be another brushstroke transition. Boom, right there. Soften that a little bit. That angle, I went down like that. It should have been going across like that. Strong. So what do? Do we panic? No. Back. Like this. Correct. That's fine. I don't mind that. I'm going to leave that for now. Let's go back to this area here. Just want to make this pop. Oh, I started working on that eyeball. That's what I need to do, is work on the eyeball. Gonna send, thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. You just chopped off some wood and did the base layer yourself for cheap. This, I do. I cut my own boards. I buy a panel for about $80, $90. And then I cut it into a ton of panels, and then I just gessoed them myself. These things last too. There's birchwood panels, and they're pretty strong as long as you keep them sealed. Solid. I get the 1/2 inch thick. They're not going to warp. They last. If they fall, you know, objects don't go through them. They crush the object. So this thing's going to last. It's only available in tubes of 37 milliliters. It's $27. That's not bad, and I'll take that. It's worth it. You make it back with the paintings. Okay, this might be too thick. This going in with the eyeballs right here. Let's give it some life. Life. Real men make boards of trees they cut in the forest. How do you know I didn't do that? Did I just tell you I bought them for $90? I actually do chop wood, man. I do. If maybe you know what? Maybe that's what we'll do. I'll post some of this. I'll post what I've chopped. How's that? I'll post a video of myself chopping. How's that sound? Naked, even better. Because everybody wants to see that. It would make sense, right? Don't like linen canvas. I'd need to get really thick base on that to make it even. Some great artists use cheap brushes. Some use cheap paint, but no great artist should ever use cheap canvas. I don't even use canvas. But you're right. I think you should have solid canvas. You need something that's going to last, right? Let me change my music up really quick. I was just listening to some AC/DC. I needed something to get me going. Guys, I do miss Twitch and being able to play whatever music I wanted because of my setup. Like I've said before, y'all can play whatever music you want in the background here. I figured I'd just keep it off because I kind of feel like streams are always better with music. But I think if you can choose your music, that'll make it better than me putting on royalty-free music that is like subpar. There's a lot of music that's pretty good, but it kind of gets old after a while. Go with Stone Temple Pilots. ST drag and drop. There we go. STP. This might not look good, but I want to see what this does. Hmm. Yeah, Jeff does work like an old master. Oil base more because I can afford by can't afford. Yeah, it's good, but it's good that you're learning how to do that. I've never prepared oil ground before for a canvas. I've never done that. I've never done rabbit skin glue. I've stretched plenty of canvases. I used to get the Fredericks canvas, you know, the very thick Fredericks canvas, and uh, like a giant roll, and it would cost $500, and but it would last me several years, and so that's what I used to stretch. And maybe I should probably get another roll just in case I need canvas, but I've just been using board recently. Um, Classical music, I have actually gotten. I've never gotten a strike on YouTube, but I've gotten like with Chopin, certain ones, it's like the orchestras themselves have put a copyright on the music. And I've sometimes gotten in trouble for that. Because I would love to listen to some just like regular classical music. That would be great. Wrath of the Lich King music, I know you want to. I've done that. I actually have all that music there. Okay, maybe what I'll do is put a poll in Discord or something if I can figure out how to do that. Or we can do it here if y'all can figure out how to do that, because I'm not going to figure this out. You let me know what you want to do, and we'll do it. Poor one, but what if I'm poor, want quality, and I'm lazy? You got to work for it then. One day I could teach you to use rabbit skin glue and do your own oil ground because I really think you should try it. I definitely, 100%, man. You are absolutely right. I should try it. 100%. I agree with that. Totally. I mean, I definitely need to do that. Karaoke. This is the dumbest thing ever, man. Red Rabbit seeing glue can cause crackling. Yeah, but everything that is not on panel will crack. That's why I do panel actually, because a lot of those Flemish painters would do it on panel, right? Didn't Rembrandt did some panel? I think, in fact, the Mona Lisa's on panel, but oil paint cracks over time, right? But cracking happens because of it, you know, oil paint dries over time. The humidity also in the canvas, right? If there's humidity, it absorbs into the canvas, and then also it goes back. So there's expansion and contraction of the canvas. The canvas eventually becomes brittle, and the paint cracks because of the constant movement. That's why canvas itself is not that great, in my opinion, to paint on. I think if you were to paint on, it would be better if it was like mounted on wood and glued, so it was like solid, and then you have to be. But still, I mean, I always think it's better just to paint straight on wood. As part of accepting the limitations of oil, cracking is normal. Most Rembrandts are cracked. Yellowing is normal. But there are I've seen paintings, Jeff, that they're not. It's like they're so well kept, and oh gosh, I saw it like, but it was several years ago. I wish I remember which paintings it was. It was some of Rembrandt's work. It might have been some Vermeer too, actually. I think Vermeer. I think it was Vermeer. Lots use aluminum instead of wood now. Yeah, aluminum, that would be good. Back then, we did straw poll on Twitch. No clue if YouTube has its own thing. Twitch probably has its own now too. Yeah, but you should try it before you die. It gives a different, before you die in like a week, it gives you a different feeling. The surface is so beautiful and organic with oil ground. I've painted on oil ground before, just to be clear. I've just never prepared it myself. All right. They used to have over in Italy, there was a very good store over there. That I forgot the name of the store. There's Zeki's Art Supplies, and there's another shop, which I forgot. There were two shops, and I would always go and get the oil grind canvas. Partially because it was nice and smooth, but it was a thick canvas. It gripped the paint perfectly, and it wouldn't sink in as much. Like this is so sunken in right here, it's almost unworkable. Ryan, what's up, man? Peter Mood is actually a descendant or a ancestor of the gentleman who commissioned this. So of my client, it's the ancestor of his client. About I think he was like in the 1700s. Yeah. Thank you for the great feedback, Lewis. We'll focus on squinting tonight and getting those mysterious darks and lights. Yes, squint. You got to squint. Squint, unify the lights and darks, and it'll teach you to unify those, and it'll also help you to see that the midtones are darker than you are putting them, and that in turn will push out the light more and give it a better drawing look and a better sense of light. It's a way to paint, way to draw. If you're broke, steal paint and do graffiti to lower a real estate value in your neighborhood. Rents will go down. You can afford better materials. Velasquez ones are very good, very well conserved. It's just that you can't wait for all your works to be perfectly conserved. But yes, there are some things that can help the painting be conserved good. Yeah, that's exactly why I like oil priming. Yeah. Me too. I prefer oil primed. I do. I really do. And I like painting on canvas. Okay. Overmodeled. Poorly painted. Strong is not correct. How do you oil prime? You have to, Jeff, you explain it because I don't want to, like, I've never done, I've never prepared with the rabbit skin glue before. I've never done that, the whole process. This actually comes over some. Williamsburg, actually, the oil paints has a very good section on this Shakuri if you want to read into it more. Williamsburg oil painting. 2 coats of rabbit skin glue, 1 layer of oil, hand made of a mixture of titanium white and calcium carbonate. Sometimes they use straight lead white. Gives the surface a beautiful effect and vibrancy. My dog actually killed a rabbit a couple months ago in my backyard. That rascal, he is a Cocker Spaniel, call him Popcorn. Also use pumice stone. I don't know what that is. But they have, actually on Williamsburg paint, they have a very good description on how to make this. The version using you use the 19th century version. BH. I love summaries. I had 5. Oh, Sammy's. Sammy's? I had 5 in my lifetime in Alaska. What is that? Did I miss something? Sammy's? Oh. He's a Samoyed. Okay, so the dog you're talking about? Your dog, Coquette. A Samoyed? I've never even heard of those before. Rublev has it. Used to do the version of the 17th century, but is way more laborious, and you have to have perfect handling to affect the new right eyelash. Reminds me of when I put on my eyeshadow and looked like a 40-year-old depressed heavy smoker lesbian. You did? Q effects. That is pretty funny though. Woo! This is rough. This is so hard. Not anymore. You got rid of it? You could buy Rublev oil primer and just do the rabbit skin glue part. That'll be way faster and easier than prepare it yourself. Uh-oh, QFX. Uh-oh. I don't do it that way only because I can't afford it. Gotcha. Okay. I'm just trying to clean the drawing up in the eye that I'm doing right now. So this type of like being this meticulous, I think is important. I didn't need to do this. The eyes were in the ballpark. This drawing is not good. Like the drawing in here is not that great, but we'll get it. Um, Crockett, I'll see ya. Good thing about rabbit skin glue is that it will totally tighten your canvas once dry like a drum, so it won't bounce on your brush. So if you want to post some progress on the wood truck from Grandpa, okay, cool. I'll check that out afterwards. Because if you want to prepare it yourself, you need a molar and a glass to prepare the oil. Let's see them. What about Winsor and Newton? What was I mixing? Oh, yeah. I'm just going to go and soften this piece a little bit because this is... Turn that down some. Take this. There we go. Soften. Bring it down. And then, so much I'm not doing right. So much to improve upon. It's not available anymore. I don't buy the oil primers because they are very expensive anyway. God. Oh, and then that. Okay. Darken just a little bit. Just a little bit. Make it blue. Touch of that. It might be too much, but I'm gonna go with this. Mess it up. Go back into it. Da, 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 da. See, we mess things up and we just go back and try to fix it. This is happening because I'm not thinking about the structure properly. And then let's see, this will actually work over here. That. BH, thank you, man. Yeah, you're welcome for the stream anytime. Thanks for being here. It's nice having you all here. It is. You know, this is the only time I get out of the house, right here. I don't go out. This is it. So it's nice being able to talk to humans. This is okay. Okay. This is overmodeled. To my eye, when I step back, it's too soft. I might mess this up, but I'm going to go back over it with some brush stroke. So up close, it might not look good, but I think it'll make it look better from further back. And when I do that, I'm going to try to push the drawing and make the color more attractive. And I might fail with this, but this stage, that's what you want. So I step back here. It looks okay. It would look better if I oiled it out, but I think it can be better. So this is going to be hard. How do you get better? I don't necessarily need to do this for my client, but it'll be a better painting. This is going to be too light. Needs a little bit of orange. That should do it. Okay, now the goal is to get sharper brush marks in. It might not blend as well up close because I have this zoomed in for y'all so you can, because it would be boring to watch, I think, from a distance. Okay. So I'm going to try to put a little bit more stroke on this while fixing the structure. See that? It needs to look good from back here. I'm going to try to get a better sense of light as well. This right here needed to lighten up because it needed to turn a little bit more into the zygomat, right here, the zygomatic arch going through. So you got the orbital socket going around like that, and then it needs to turn up into that area. So, same brush, just going to go in and darken it a little bit here. We go for the color. That. So green, and then I'm going to push the cobalt blue just a little bit with it. So it should be a little bit lighter, which it's slight. It's not as light as I want it to be. This should be lighter down here though. And let's actually lighten that a little bit, but keep that color. Should be here. Take that. Okay, so it's like a circle going around. That's not the structure of an eye. Kind of come out more. Then it's coming in, but it needs to lighten up around this area some. So we're going to do that. This, and then I'm going to add a little bit of orange as it goes into the lights. But this range right here is still within the greenish, cool range, which suffices for what we're trying to do here. So this here, I'm trying to place a stroke there. I'm trying to shape the brush strokes. That's going to turn into the form better, right? This is what happens. Okay, wait. I'm being stupid. This would be coming. Oh! Don't panic. We got this. Color, it's our friend. Coming up like that. That. This is why we need models. This is why you do not make stuff up. It's a new goal. 1900. Are you chilling on your rival? Chilling, but just messing around. We're still going to keep. New season will start soon, and it's going to be probably harder than this one, is my guess, if the trend continues. Something like that. And then this piece would be echoed up top here. I'm going to oil out that top part since I'm kind of working on it some. Oil that out, oil this out just a little bit. Oil this out. It's so sunken in. I kind of just went over that. So let me just pull that into it some. Look on that. There we go. Yeah. Just chilling. Oh, Moody. Oh, Jeff, this is the process of the oil painting, man. You got to risk messing it up, which you mess it up, you fix it. How many times have I messed something up and then this is too small? That's too small. Fancy anatomy terms. He must be very important. Looking good. Lisa, thank you so much. Yeah, anytime, anytime. Here we go. So let's get this back. So we kind of lost the drawing just a little bit. This is what I'm talking about. We just go through. It gives us an opportunity to repaint it, and to repaint it, we have to understand and study the form. Just subtle moves, puts it on. I'm going to put a little bit of light into this area right here, right? Checking myself out. Okay. Yeah. So I think there's more light coming there. So I could use this brush, which I just got, to oil out, which I don't really need anymore. I'll come in here, very light, and just bring in just a little bit of light here. And that'll take away some of the bags. And you know what? If I don't like this, I can always paint it back. It's not that hard. Kind of de-ages him some, right? There we go. Which my client, I would think he would like that. Might be too much. Might have gone too far with that white piece there. Bring it back down if I need to. Yeah, he might look a little bit younger, but it's still there. And then this is looking a little bit choppy in there. I might go in with the larger brushes. But this is looking, overall, this is looking better because there's more form in there. The drawing might not be correct yet, but this is on the right track. This is more what I wanted to do with this I got this brush and I didn't use it. It doesn't matter. I'll use it later. This is what I was using. Okay. Opportunity. I'm gonna use this as an in-between. I'll use this for what I was gonna use it for. There we go. This is actually looking good. This comes over some like that. It comes over and then it goes out and then down like that. And then what we can do, check this out. This might not work. Again, a lot of this might not work, but I'm just going to put a little bit of dark in here. Just a little. Now I'm going to kind of rake it, and that's going to show some eyelash. Just a little something. Doesn't take much. Step back, make sure it turns. It does. Maybe. This value would work in here. Squint. Add a little bit here. Rake some of it in. This side in particular. Now, I'm going to take lighter brush, or a darker brush rather. I'm going to come in and actually bring some of this light up just a little bit here. That's too much. It's very subtle. This. Is that it? Nope, that's too dark. It's in between what I had. Right here. That should be it. That's it. Squint. There. And then let's go and take this, make it darker. And differentiate the eyebrow from that piece. Redraw that because I kind of messed that up. And then when I redraw, I'll take it as an opportunity to make it look better. Kind of clean it up some. It's looking good from stepping back. Close up is looking better. It could be painted better, but it's looking better because it's starting to have all the subtle brush strokes that make it turn, like on a small scale, which is good. So, a guy who tells you he's not good at threes, but pumps you to 2,400 and 50 wins. This kind of guy. Were you talking about QFX? Getting glad. One day, man, one day. This drawing's a little bit strange in there. Okay. Okay, I got an idea. I have an idea. We come in here, and I'm going to redraw this piece right here. I'm going to bring this up some. Bring that up some. And try to put some brush stroke onto it. Bring that down just a little bit. 1, 2. It is okay. What time is it? 4:15. To get going in a second. Oh, Biceps is talking. The moody fella is, fella, it's in his eyes like, I got you, homie. Good, good. That's why, artists draw part of themselves into the painting. That's obviously what's happening here. You did arenas last week? Gears? Some bat mount ink. My Ellie's getting mean. Really? You want to do some twos or threes with me? Gears, do you want to play some twos or threes? And can you play on Sundays or Saturdays too? I know like you spend time with your family on the weekend. Is he cool every 3 minutes yet? Big 3-minute cooldown. Actually love the new Ascendance model. Your painting has more soft edges, more nuance, looks ready for signing. Yeah, it's this. I lost the form in here, but I'll get that back. Part of it is I can't see the form there, so I don't know what to draw. And so if I make this too light, it doesn't go with anything else here. But if I darken this, it looks like this circle there. So I can't see what's in there to. Sure, I can do whatever. Awesome. Well, we'll do something. I like to do some twos or threes, honestly. Do some threes. Get your shaman. I can heal or get on my mage. I have 2 geared Ellies, leveled 1 from 1 to 80 yesterday. Really? How did you do that? Like, what strategy did you use? I don't know what to do here. That's the problem. Like, this right here is I lost the form. It doesn't look like it on the stream, but I did kind of lose the form there. Maybe I bring it down just a little bit, this piece. Maybe I bring that down some. I don't know what to do with that. Let's try this. Time walking, that's it? Yeah. That makes sense. It's crazy you did like 80 levels though. I guess I'll just leave it there for now. I don't know what to do with that. Okay. Let me work a little bit over here on this eye. I'm going to take the big brushes away just so I don't get sidetracked. I know normally you want to stick with the big brushes. I might go back to them if I really need them, but I want to focus on getting the eyes. And then I have to clean up because I'm always late on Tuesdays. I think it was like 5 hours to fully level. Sent him conquest boxes fully geared. That's awesome. You probably have so much conquest. I have so much. I have so many conquests. So much conquest. It's insane. It's good. Like this. Oh, Gears, have they announced the end of the season yet? Do you know when that's going to be? War gear for the season looks so damn ugly. I just mogged the old Wrath of the Lich King red pig shoulders. Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite plates. It's a good look. Eye looks pretty cool, actually. Oh, I forgot to do this. Let me and, all the PvP gear looks like dog shit this season. Next season looks awesome. The mage piece actually looks okay, and that's why I was kind of wanting to get it. Oh, gears. I hit 18, by the way. I don't know if I told you. He Gears hit it like the first week. But I can't do what he does. Numb's shoulders are so damn small, though. And we hit it on a Saturday when all the Gears. Zarks and I beat an 11-time multi-glad and a 4-time multi-glad. They were, it was a Disc Priest and a Fury Warrior. It was a crazy fight. We got him. Yeah, he logs in and gets it. I got 18. Yeah, we got 18, and Zerks had 18, but he had it from Blitz. You know, just because he got a couple like wins really fast, which I'm not undermining what he did, but it's way easier than. And both he and I got 1800 on our on twos on Saturday. Yeah. So, and it was like insane. I was doing everything right. Zerks we're just like on fire, you know, kicking the clones. It was fun. It felt good. It felt really good. We were in the zone. It was solid. So really that felt good. And now we can just chill. So Bless is way easier. You can be good or you can get lucky, but it's definitely easier because you got 2 avenues. Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't really I forgot to work that out, but I'm not going to do that right now. I have to focus this. This is not looking correct right now to me. Okay, I see what needs to happen. Gears, I have I know I say this a lot, like I was saying it last season, but this season it was so difficult. I can't even tell you. We would get up to like 1771, 1785, and then come across somebody we had no business playing against. And just get knocked, crazy. It was like way out of the league of any rival. And we're just trying to hit rival, and we couldn't even, it was so difficult, man. It was so hard. But we got it. But I've never been rival 2, right? I've never been rival 2. To get up there, you have to beat people who are just way up, way past rival 2. Everyone's pumping on classic. On classic hardcore only. The juicers left for arena. The season is deflated because nobody's playing arenas. At one point, we waited 6-minute queue for 3s. What rating were you at for that? Probably like 2K or something, right? I mean, y'all are up there. So this drawing in here is incorrect. So this comes up some. And then this is going to come up a little bit too, just a little bit, I think. Unless that's the perspective's off. 2K-ish, he doesn't even know. He's like, I don't know. It was 2K. It could have been 24. I don't. I hate you so much. I don't know, 2K-ish. I fade this up into it. I don't know, 2K maybe? I hate you so much. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so happy that I got 18. You're like, I don't know, 2K. It could have been 3. As he's steering his biceps, oiling him. He's scrubbing oil on his biceps. Ratio from shuffles to threes is around 5. Okay. Ratio from shuffles to threes is around 5-1 of player base. So 3 is going to be dry, and if you get a game, you're going to get jungled till you uninstall. They downed MC on the weekend, so peeps might be coming back now. MC? Why is that not registering? I know I should know that. My new Ellie is leveled yesterday. We got up to 1900 MMR last night. I do hate you. I literally hate you. Me and 2 of my buddies leveled all new characters and played with them last night. Molten Core. Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha. Molten Core. That makes sense. This drops just a little bit. It's these small changes that I'm doing right here that make a difference. I messed that up. So I wanted to thin this out and fix the angle. This was too thin and I needed to fix the angle here. So it's like subtle things like I didn't draw the eye correctly. Was not drawn correctly. Soften this. And then I need to actually reshape that. Okay, here, and then this piece. There, and then this comes up just a little bit. And then I'm going to soften that. And it looks stupid. Why? I'm not thinking that's why. Now I need to go in with the separate values. I wish I recorded it, but we had the greatest global on a warrior last night. He charged in and I root his healer out of range. The Windwalker Monk and me on LA popped everything and 100 owed him through his wall. So he had warrior brain essentially. And the healer was in the back. So what song are you gonna sing for us, Lewis? I can't sing. So all the new plebs farm there 0 to 6 and stop. So Gears, a couple weeks ago, we had 2 games in a row where the warrior charged in. Like he heroic leapt and then used a charge. So 2 gap closers to get to me. Okay. I brought him around a pillar, rooted him, and destroyed him. And Zerk's tied that just like did the same thing. The healer kept him in the back. Happened 2 matches in a row. just destroyed them instantly. That was a couple of weeks ago. And so after that, we've been trying to bait the Warriors back because we've realized they have warrior brain. That's a thing. We're like, come on, please have warrior brain. And they do. Oftentimes they do. Those 2 matches in a row changed my perspective. It's great. It was fun. It was mucha fun. So you can stop bragging and hear how we dump on warriors. Yeah, but I mean, they jumped in, lined their healers, and got rooted by me, and I just unloaded on them. And a good warrior probably could have soloed me anyway. All right, so just relax about it. QFX is scarred still. Reading the patch notes. Always on the verge. Have you reinstalled the game and uninstalled it since we last spoke? How many times? That's the question. How many times have you done that? Really, warriors are hard, but we crushed them last night, yeah. It really, Warriors are hit or miss. Like sometimes they're just, it's like, I don't know what I could have done. And then other times it's just we destroy them. All right, that's not correct. It really depends on the word. They have the utilities. LA has nice tools to deal with them. Root into static field, into lasso, into knockback. Gears, the more you talk, the more I hate you. You're correct though. He's correct. They're in a, I mean, they're very oppressive when played with people like, you know, Gears here. Rejuvenated from his camping trip with Oka, no doubt. All right, I'll keep the stream on as I clean. I got to get going though. Do you want me to? Okay, so I still have some work to do. This isn't actually that great. I'll fix that either on or off stream because it requires so much focus. Here, let me do something. I actually worked right below, and I'm going to switch the lens out really quick. I'll show y'all a full image of what we have here. More full. Get this thing going so you can see everything here. A second. Because I actually did work on his neck piece yesterday. So it's looking better. I'll get a straight on shot, more so. It's still going to be looking down some, so it's not. Here, let me get this here. Do this. That way I can still paint or still get everything done. And I know you need. There we go. That's what I want right there. Give me a sec. There we go. Almost got the camera back, and you'll see the whole thing. It's looking okay. 1 and 2. That's it. That's what we got so far. So I painted yesterday. I was in here. Like I said, I was too tired to stream. But I went through and worked on the cloth and everything. This is gonna be a good painting. And look at this. All right. Okay. Y'all see this is like where it was painted. This to me right now is extremely sunken in, even this area right here. And you can see the difference between this and this. Like this is so sunken in. This is just chalk. Point being, when this is like varnished, it's just going to be so deep and rich. But also I still need to paint everything. The jacket I still need to paint. Like I have it blocked in, but I'm going to actually put some folds into it and stuff and bring the light out. So everything's going to come out some. It's going to be really good, but the drawing is pretty decent. It's decently painted. Obviously there's issues with the face, but I'm really pushing this one. So this is going to be a good painting. So we're in good shape here. I installed 3 times in total, uninstalled only 2 so far. Okay, so it's still the same. Still the same. Ellie has nice tools. Yeah, I read that. Everything flutter to jungle at 22 plus. I bet I would look stunning with a fancy gold frame. Maybe. I'm not a fan of gold frames. It has to be a special gold frame, but it'll look good. It needs a solid frame. He's got that Beethoven look now somehow. Maybe it's his hair. 19th century is 1800. Let's see. Let me make sure. Okay, we're good. So it's only those brushes, right? Yeah. Okay. Good. We got some good work done today. Yes, yes, yes. And look, this is normal. Like, the struggles that I'm having with this is normal, but every time you get a little bit better, you learn. One of the problems I'm having with this, again, is I can't see the form. I don't have a solid reference. And even if you do have a good reference, like a photograph, real life is always better. So imagine doing a portrait off of real life. That is so ideal. You can walk around, you can understand what you're looking at, you can really feel the form, really push that in there. Like, I'd be able to put much more three-dimensionality to this if I had this man in person with me. Like, you can push it. You can make it look like him in a photograph. But if you really want to really make him pop, that's what you need. You need to have him there. Or you get more knowledge of real life and you put that in, which is what I'm doing, but still you could always push it further. They're so hard to beat. Old Moody is ready to go and whistle at the ladies. Squinting. Yeah, you got to squint. Yes. Live, Shikari. Shikari, your work is very good. You just need to practice your drawing. Your drawing's very good. Like, you get your drawing, you get your, you squint down, get your shapes going. Your work's a little bit generalized right now, which is fine. But, you really should. You have so much potential. You're the type of person, I'm like, okay, this person needs to cultivate this. They have to. They have to do it. Spend time with your drawing. Get good at drawing. And that's going to come out in your painting. So you have so much potential. Oh, guys. Painting, if y'all are keyed up at night and your minds won't stop, take up painting and it will burn your mind out quicker than anything. You'll go to sleep at night. KB, what's up? Yeah, some Warrior streamer played Thunder, maybe Mag or Trill, and had good burst. Super high pressure from Warrior. Ellie has tools to screw with casters, and burst is scary. Yeah, you're welcome, Shikari. Yeah, just keep on practicing. Just keep doing what you're doing. I just want to see you stick with it. That's all. I'm just trying to encourage you with that because I do think that you have a gift. I really do. Well, you have to understand. Some people they have gifts, and some people don't. But it depends on how your method of studying, how much hard work you put into it. I've seen. At the Florence Academy, there were so many people who weren't that good at first, and they became better because of study and practicing the right way. And so that's why I always teach sticking to the fundamentals, really practice your fundamentals. It's trying to relate the fundamentals to what I'm doing here. There's no difference between painting and bar drawing, some very basics in terms of drawing, the fundamentals, getting the proportions and all that stuff. That's the same. Obviously, with painting, it's a different medium. You add the color and such. There's controlling it. That is different. That is different. But knowing where to place the brushstroke, knowing where to look at it, knowing how to develop it, that's from bar drawings. Either die easily and Magrin 5 times into jungle though. Don't believe him. That's what he tells everyone, especially women. I don't think Shikari is a woman, but it's chemo. Ilukimo. Oh, KB. Ilukimo. Gotcha. Okay. You'll have to remind me again probably because I can't keep so straight. I like to encourage everybody, but I think most people who are in my Discord, the fact that they're there and they're posting, I'm going to encourage that. Shikari, you're correct about that. They also have the gift of getting famous hundreds of years after their death. If you're lucky, right? Because that doesn't always happen. It's only the people we know because the very fact that they're famous, right? Not everybody gets there. Dude, how did you get 1900? Who are you running with, Gears? Were you running with Onyx? Is that who you're running with? Was it 2s or 3s you got 1900 with? I want to know this. I want details. I want details. No, I'm actually very happy for him that he does this. It's good that just is. I don't know how he does it. So I guess I don't play as much to be like really good. I only get on late, and then I'm like decapitated. I'm kind of hamstrung because I'm always just like dead by the end of the day. So has something. If I was serious, I would be playing at home more, but pain is perfect for sleepless nights. You want a Ritz, Lewis? Wait, you want a Ritz? Oh, Shakuri is a woman. Okay, Shakuri is a woman. I never know. I don't trust anybody. Good reason. How can you tell? It's just like, oh, this is a gift. It's just, you want a Ritz? I don't know what Ritz means. Pain is perfect for sleepless nights. YouTube uses Google account, and one day it popped on the air. My real name had to anonymize because you haven't touched another person in decades. 3s. I feel like Jeff slowly exercising his insult ability. 3s. Onyx, Clark, and a couple other guys. I don't know Clark. I like Onyx. He's cool. Bros wakes up and gets a message on his phone. You've got rival. Joko, what's up, man? Got any good stories about rivalries at Florence? Teachers who were jealous, difficult personalities? That's a really good question. Let's see. The teachers? I liked the teachers. I liked all the teachers. I really did, and I'm not just saying that. One of them, I remember Dana Levin. When I was there, I was there about 25 years ago. It's been a long time, but I never got along with her. Like for the first 2 years, I thought she was the meanest person, and then she flipped. She like changed. And she was the nicest person. Like she went from being just like, I don't know. It was always like, she was always down or in a bad mood or whatever. I think she was going through a lot in her life at the time. I think that's what was happening. And then she just turned out to be the nicest person. That's not that great story. I will say, okay. We had like Daniel Graves and like Romero Sanchez, they're awesome. They would ride up to the Florence Academy on like let's see, Daniel Graves I think he had a BMW sports bike. I don't know what Romero had. And then you had Urabetic drive up. He had a BMW, I think. Toby, who's my good friend, drove up on a Suzuki 650. And it was like Top Gun every time. Like they just drive up to the school and stuff, and you're like, badass, but they're going to paint. So it was funny, It was good. I'll try to think of some story. I'm sure I have some. It's just not off the top of my head. But I mean, I love all those guys. They were just. See, the thing is, a lot of people like they might not get along with the teachers, this or that, or a lot of them said they found it like there was a lot of competition. I never felt that at the school. I never did. I just liked everybody there. I had a great time when I was there. I was like, everybody is so so damn good. And I always looked at I was like, I mean, you'll get this stuff. You just stick with it. So I didn't feel pressure like, oh, I felt pressure to get better, but I wasn't like competing with anybody. I guess I was competing with myself because I was just like, there was so much to compete with there. That's a really damn good question. I'll try to think of some stuff with that. I can prove it, but I won't. Oh, Hunter Eddy once, I think he had a nervous breakdown. He kind of like collapsed, which I felt bad for him, but he was like the chillest person ever. And so, because I had a bet with one of my friends, like who would be the first to have a nervous breakdown because it was so damn hard at the school. He was the last person I would have expected. He just kind of like collapsed, and they said, "Oh, he had a nervous breakdown." It wasn't like he just went crazy, and he's like, again, Hunter Eddy, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. I don't know what it means, oldie. Ritz, yeah. Was Anthony Ackrell gone by then? Anthony Ackrell, I think so. I don't think he was there. My art teacher is thinking about retiring in September. Bro still remembers the bike model. What bike model? Are you talking about that guy who his like dick was like a foot long? That guy who's like hitting on the chicks? It was horrible. I should have kicked him out. I got this issue with insomnia. On days I just lay down, pretend to sleep, my body rests, but my eyes are opening and closing. Military college really messed me up. Oh, that's rough. 650 higher than his threes rating though. One of the college professors said, "I'd never fail you because you would never give up, and I'll have to see you again." Oh, Suzuki 650. You jerk. My threes rating's like, I'm in the 1500s, but we haven't really played. Threes, there's too much stuff going on. Joker, those are good questions, man. I'll have to think about that. How about Andrew Amaral? Apparently he was not Romero's best friend, let's say. Oh. Okay, so Andy was actually my roommate for a time over there, and he was also one of my good friends. Like I think he came the year after I was there, but he and I were like really good friends over there. I don't know, man. I don't remember that. Were they enemies? Oh gosh, now you want dirt on everybody. Here's the thing. I also, if I remember something, I don't want to go and put stuff out there and like put rumor. I know it's entertaining, but and I'm being honest, I don't remember. I'll have to think about this. It's been so long. Like I know there's stuff. Okay. Yura once got upset with me and Toby because Toby and I decided to play a prank on Yura, and we put stickers all over his bike, like his BMW. And Yura got really mad, and he thought it was me, because I was young and very immature, and he thought Toby knew better, but Toby didn't know better. And it was more of Toby's idea, and so he got pissed and made us both take them off. Like he was really upset. There were these little stickers. We wanted to put stickers in places that he would kind of find them and be like, "Ah, there's a sticker there." In retrospect, that was a stupid thing to do. Gosh, what else? I don't know, man. I don't remember there being like really petty stuff between teachers. I remember once between a student and a teacher, this one guy named Gary was just so mean to everybody. And he was a big time, I think he was a big time architect from New York. So he had an ego on himself, but he couldn't draw. He wasn't like good at this type of stuff, right? And Peter Van Dyke, who was there when I was like, he left after about a year of me being there, but Peter Van Dyke and him would always get into it. Like he had no respect for him at all. Which was actually Gary's loss, because Peter Van Dyke is an excellent excellent, excellent artist and teacher. He taught me a lot in the first year. I mean, smart, really funny too. We used to go out for burgers every Wednesday. It was me, Peter Van Dyke, Dave Larned, Toby Wright, Urabetic, and Tim McGuire, I think. Tim McGuire? I forget his last name. He was one of my good friends over there. What was his last name? Tim Clayton. Was it Tim Clayton? Fuck. How am I forgetting this? I'll get back to you on that. But anyway, we would go out and pretty much get wasted every in the middle of the week. It wasn't good. How about Sean Forrester? Sean came after. You know what? I don't remember when he was. He might have come. Okay, I left in about 2005. Okay, Sean Forrester was there. He was there. I think he came like a year after me or something. Sean Forrester was. Yeah, Sean Forrester. I haven't heard that name in a long time. I'm pretty sure he was there like probably until 2005 or 2006, I'm guessing. Joko, were you over at the Florence Academy? Or are you studying? Like, how do you know these people? Go find food. All right, Gears, I'll see you, buddy. Van Dyke, the juicer. Just got a 60 yo man talking about his youth. How do you know these guys? Sean Forrester was there. But I haven't seen these guys in, like, let's see, Stephen Fong was there. I don't know if you know him. Really nice guy. I was Anthony Ackrell's model when he first got out of the Florence Academy of Art from 2000 to 2008 in Gainesville. Anthony Ackrell. Yeah. I wonder if he was there. I don't know. I don't remember him. When was Anthony? Look, I was there at 2000. I was there from 2001 to 2005 or 6. I think I actually 6 I was there. I forget. I was there for I was at the school for 4.5 years officially, but I stayed around and taught for so it would have made 5 years, but I was working at studio separate at the time. In retrospect, I wish I stayed there a little bit longer, but, I miss those guys. Unofficially teens. I heard from Andy and Sean at Oakland, California. Oh, yeah, that's right. So you've met them. Yeah. Andy's always like, hey, brother. How's it going, brother? Sean Forrester, yeah, man. He was dating somebody at the school. I forgot her name. I think they got married, right? All right. Out in California, look at that. I think Anthony had just left. I don't think I think I came right after him. I don't know, man. I miss that. It's, it's one of those good times in your life, and you didn't have you always have burdens, and you look back and things are a little bit rosier, perhaps, than they were, but I do know life was a little bit better back then. Just a little bit, but it still had its struggles. So it was a nice time, man. I was very fortunate to have gone through that. Not everybody does. But and Andy is one of the coolest people. He was one of my favorite people at the academy. Just a really he was so much fun. Smart as hell too. Like his anatomy, he knows more anatomy than doctors. He knows the names and everything of like every single piece of the body, every part, like from within and without. It's insane. He was teaching a crochet. Now, whether or not I didn't see that Romero was enemies with him. I loved Romero. He and I were friends. I love Romero. It's really funny. He's actually really cool. Acro was 95 to 2000. Yeah, he had just, you know what? I was there in 2000, but I wasn't at the school. I was in Florence. So I might have seen him on the street, but I didn't know who he was. Because back then, it wasn't like everybody wasn't so connected with social media, right? You didn't have YouTube, you didn't have like Instagram, I didn't even know what the Florence Academy was. I had no clue. And I was already over in Italy for a year. My mom ran into Charles Kapsner here, who knew Daniel Graves, and he saw some of my work because she was getting, like, it was my high school work that she was getting copied at Kinko's, and he said, "That's really good. And where's your son?" "Oh, he's in Florence, Italy. The Florence Academy's there." That's how we heard about it. So I didn't even know I didn't know what that was. I didn't know, Anthony Ackrell. I didn't Scott Waddell. Didn't Scott Waddell do the brother memes on him too? Scott Waddell had a funny episode where he was going through, like, talking about, the teachers, and because he was going through talking about the Quarks, and so it was fun to hear, but it's also it's one man's experience, and he was only there for like a short period of time, so Andy used to talk trash about the drawing anatomy instructor, Ackrell, not knowing that I was Ackrell's model for 8 years. Seems about right. Did you paint that shirt scarf yesterday, you sneaky mofo? Yeah, I did, because I was too tired, man. Also, I needed a lot of focus for that, and obviously, like, streams, I love streaming, but I'm always looking over, at the stream, like, trying to figure out, like, I'm trying to read and do a lot of things, but like when I'm in here and I can just stand right here in front of the camera, and just like paint, I get much more done. It's much, and I do that when, like, I'm overwhelmed. So yeah. Andy was jelly of Ramiro. Was he really? I don't think he was jealous of him. I never got that from him. Romero would go and he would critique his salt. Maybe I live under a rock. Like, I'll say this. I would not pick up as much then as I probably would now with things. Because back then I was just like, I like everybody there. Like, we had, I had issues with some people. Everybody does, but it wasn't, nothing was a big deal to me back then. I liked everybody. Like, all the teachers I thought were amazing. Like, every one of them had some strength. That's how it was. Because you're in awe of everybody. Like, in a healthy way, not like in a kiss ass way. Like, I never put myself in a position to kiss ass ever. But I always recognized people's skills, and I always wanted to learn from that. And I was very grateful for what I was taught. Even from Andy actually helped me. I would have him critique, especially my fourth year. Like, he and I were both like kind of going along together. And he would give me critiques in anatomy. And sometimes he would ask me for a fresh eye. Like, we would do that. Fourth year, we're good enough to do that. So, I would ask, my friends sometimes for critiques. I want to see your old art. I can show you some old stuff. I have a lot of it. Do you know anyone at Dojo Atelier? No, I don't. No. Well, you know what? I don't know of that Atelier, but I might know them. I'd have to look it up. Like, Jordan Sokol came, I think he was the last year and a half or 2 years that I was there. He was there. And after I left, I started seeing some of his work. I was like, oh my gosh, he just got really good. How? Because he was, and Jordan, I like Jordan because he laughed at all my jokes that were stupid. I just remember him always like, he was always laughing. And he was really good friends with one of my good friends, Costanza Papasoli, who was Italian. We had Daniela Astone and Costanza, and they were the two Italian girls. And Costanza could speak some Italian. She could speak some English. Daniela couldn't speak English, not for the first 3 years. So I would speak Italian with them. They would help me, but I was very interested in learning Italian. I learned to speak Italian, so I would speak with them, and I became very good friends with both those girls. And then Daniela came back one day, like it was like in her 4th year, and she could speak better English than I could speak Italian, just like that. I was like, what? It was crazy. So, but Costanza was very good friends with Jordan, very good friends. So, yeah. Any chance of folding these methods into university? Oh, you mean like a regular university, like bringing these methods into a university? Some grads of Florence, George Costanza, right? Dojo is where Nate is teaching now. Not sure though. Okay, Nate, I do know a Nate, and if he went to Florence Academy, I know who that is. And I do remember him getting into arguments with Simona Dolce, who was one of our teachers there. And from my perspective, I understand, like, he was upset with her. He needed to be more respectful, in my opinion. But that was like, we're talking about, like, we're all kids back then. Like, he's probably totally changed. And I liked him. He was cool. If it's the same Nate. If it's this, I think he had long hair. Anyway, guys, I got to get running. But yeah, gosh, you got me thinking about this stuff now. And the thing is, I haven't seen these people in such a long time. It's horrible. Like, actually, Toby and I still go back and forth on Instagram. He's friends with Andreas Beres, who's freaking hilarious. Andreas, and every once in a while, we kind of lightly stay in touch on Instagram. Morten Reichstad was my roommate. He's Norwegian. In fact, Morten and Andreas mentioned me in a comment in a video. Apparently, I don't know what was being said because it was in Norwegian, but this woman was saying something, and Morten and Andreas were like, wait, this is a really messed up opinion or something, and they mentioned me in it, saying like my alter egos could handle it. And so I didn't know what was said. I didn't take the time, like, I can't understand what Norwegian, but I responded in Norwegian in some way by Google Translate, and so we're messing around with that. Might be my new favorite thing to do. So, yeah, I was 3 or 4 years older than the younger students in art school, so I was pretty much shunned. Oh, I'm not sure if it's the same. The one I'm talking about was the classmate in Raymond classes. Yeah, I don't know. I knew a Nate, so it could be the same guy. I don't know if it was, because I don't remember his last name. Yeah, Joko, I'll try to think of some stuff that's entertaining, because there's some entertaining things without me like trashing people, but I don't even think I have anything bad to say. I don't like what I did here. I'll fix that later. Or it's sinking in. I can't tell. Guys, I got to go clean these brushes, get back. Y'all are awesome. Stream again this week. I'll see you.